This is the Breakfast Leadership Podcast. Boundaries or burnout? You make the choice. Here's your host, Michael Levitt.
One of the biggest challenges with burnout is improper sleep. There's no shortage of tips online where they tell people that you need to get about 7 to 8 hours of sleep. And of course, that depends on certain individuals. Some people can operate with less. Some people need a lot more. Myself, I need roughly 7 to 8 hours of sleep in order to be functional the next day. Since I tend to get up early, I tend to go to bed early, which means I miss out on some sporting events and other things. Now, that doesn't mean I don't stay up and watch certain ones, which I do. And that's one of the things I think that gets hammered home a little bit too much is people think that in order to make the changes in your life that you need to do to reduce your stress and eliminate burnout from your life, that it's all absolute, that you have to go to bed by this time and you have to get up at the same time. And life isn't that way. Life flows. There's going to be some ups and there's going to be some downs. And ultimately, you want to make it balanced so it matches with the things that you want to do. So when people say you want to get 7 to 8 hours of good sleep, focus on the good part of that. Because many of us, and I talk with a lot of people, they get 7 to 8 hours of sleep, but it's crappy sleep. They're tossing and turning for a variety of reasons. And many times it has to do with their brains are still trying to process all the challenges that they're facing, all the concerns, the worries, everything else that's going on in their lives. So the best way to get a decent amount of sleep is to table those things. It's a board term or a meeting term. So, okay, we're going to table this subject until the next time we meet. And that can be the same thing with what's going on in your life. If you're going through some challenges, the best exercise that I can recommend to you is literally write them down. Physically write them down. Don't type on your phone or on your computer. Pen and paper, write them down. And just say, okay, these are all the things that are going on right now. And I'm going to table these until tomorrow or the next day or next week or whenever you're going to get to them. Do that every night if you need to. And write everything that's on your mind down on a piece of paper. Say, okay, it's there. I'm not going to lose them. I'm not going to forget about them, but I will deal with them later. Because you can't deal with them right then because you're supposed to go to bed, go to sleep. So write things down and say, I will deal with these tomorrow or later on. And hopefully that can help you get a better night's sleep. Till next time, be well.
Hey, it's Michael again. Thank you for listening to the podcast. I really appreciate it. If you're like many people, you're dealing with some significant stress and possibly approaching burnout. I know how you feel. In 2009, my burnout led to a year of worst-case scenarios. I do not want that to happen to you. If you go to breakfastleadership.com, you can register for a free webinar on burnout prevention, as well as get a free checklist to have successful mornings. Start off each day the right way. Again, that's at breakfastleadership.com. Also, since you are a loyal podcast listener, I'm asking you to like, rate, and review my podcast on iTunes. I look at all the reviews and appreciate your comments, and it helps other potential listeners discover the content I have on the show. I appreciate you, and thanks again for listening.